Right now, we want to say a very warm welcome to a guest who is actually Danish, but she's been living in other countries for some part of her life. And Emma Cairo, very warm welcome to you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. And we were starting the show with your song called L.A.
Yeah.
And please tell us a little bit about that one, first of all.
Well, I moved to LA when I was very young, and as soon as I arrived, I just felt completely at home.
Okay.
And so I had a 14-year love story with LA when I lived there. And and 1 year, I can't remember which year it was, after I lived there for some time, I think I was away for a couple of days.
Yeah.
And then when I came back to LA and I woke up the next morning, I just got so excited to be back in LA that I wrote this song. I'm in LA, it's a wonderful day, and so on.
Fantastic. But let's take it a little bit back in time. You can maybe introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are.
Yeah. Well, I was born and raised in Denmark. I have a Norwegian mother and a Danish father.
Okay.
So I'm actually Norwegian on paper through my mom, and then I have become an American citizen as well. So I'm dual Norwegian American now.
Okay, that's very convenient nowadays if you want to travel back.
Sure. Yeah, it is. And so I moved there. To LA when I was in my 20s.
Okay.
After living, I grew up in Odense,
in Denmark,
like the third biggest city in Denmark.
Also known for H.C. Andersen.
Hans Christian Andersen, yes. And very nice childhood. My father was a musician, but I grew up with my mom, and saw him mostly on the weekends, and loved going to his shows. He was a jazz musician, so it was really fun.
Wow,
interesting. And then I moved to Copenhagen, lived here a couple of years, and I worked as a performing waitress for a while, and a manager of a restaurant where we have singing and performing waitresses under the New Theater in Copenhagen, which was really fun. And I got to meet a lot of very creative people there, and they've become good friends that I still know to this day.
Okay.
And then at some point, me and these other two girls that were also singers, we decided we wanted to go to LA for 3 months, which was what you were able to do at the time, but I really just wanted to move there. And so I went there, and eventually I was able to live there permanently, and started singing there. For a while, I was actually doing. I was working as a waitress there, but then I also did background work on TV shows and movies.
Okay.
Like Inception, I worked on Inception, and a couple other big movies. And TV shows, which was fun, but it wasn't, what I wanted to do. I always wanted to be a singer. So my main thing was always trying to get a gig as a singer. And at one point, I auditioned for this project where they put bands together, and then they send them out to Asia to high-end hotels. And then you are kind of entertaining at the nightclubs at those like 5-star hotels. And so I really got my... what do you call it? In a way, like I went to boot camp for performers, you could say, because we performed 6 nights a week, 4 sets a night in high heels, and the whole thing, makeup and cute dresses and all that stuff.
So a bit hard.
It was, but it was a very good learning experience, and I did that for 9 months or so. And then when I came back to LA, I was a very seasoned performer, and it was much easier for me to get gigs and do my thing.
So it helped you,
it really did, And then I just pursued my own music as well, and performed in different projects as well.
But was that really your first time after going to Asia that it was you pursued into your own career, trying to make your own stuff?
No, I had already written my own songs, and I had also performed with them, but I don't think I wasn't so experienced in performing. I was, maybe more shy on stage. But when I came back from Asia, I was, a full-on performer. I went all out. So I felt it was much more successful with my own music
Fantastic.
because I was a better performer,
Yeah.
a better singer as well.
Yeah, great. And where from there you stayed in LA for some time?
Yeah, in total 14 years.
Okay.
And I was married twice.
Okay. Yeah.
And
No kids?
No kids, no, just cats.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And then when my second marriage didn't work out, we're still very good friends, but we just felt we were growing in different directions. This was during COVID, and so all my gigs had kind of dried up, and I went to this community in Northern California where I lived for a year before I then finally returned to Scandinavia.
Was it American guys you were married to? Or?
My first husband is American.
Yeah.
And my second husband is actually Danish, and
Okay,
he was my first boyfriend when we were teenagers.
Wow. Okay.
So we kind of hooked up on when I was on vacation back home in Denmark.
No, yeah.
And then he came out to visit me, and he loved it, and then he just stayed, and he still lives there.
Wow. And what is he doing there now? He works there?
Yeah, well, he has his own production company.
No,
He's an actor.
Okay, wow.
He's a screenwriter, and now he's also doing camera work and directing. So it was very good for him to actually end up there. It was much better, much more opportunities for him
than here.
Yeah,
in Denmark. Yeah.
So I'm very happy for him.
Oh wow, interesting. That's a good story. But during all the time there, was it a good place for you? I mean, also performing-wise in LA? Getting a lot of gigs?
Yeah, I was singing in different bands that were doing, cover stuff. And so that I could make an okay amount of money from that. I performed 1 year in Las Vegas with a band.
Okay.
Regularly at the Stratosphere in Paris Hotel and Casino.
Okay, wow.
And,
You've tried some pretty nice places.
Yeah, it was cool. It was fun.
Yeah.
And then I played in a band in LA that did like weddings and corporate events. So I got to sing everything from Beyonce to AC/DC and Nora Jones, as I like to say. And then on the side, I would do my own music, write songs, go in the studio, and I had a band that we would go out and play shows on Sunset Strip, which was, it's always a hustle. You're promoting original music. You have to make sure it's actually easy to get the gig, but the hard thing is making money from it. You have to get a lot of people to come out to your shows. And so that was always a struggle, a challenge.
But you did a lot of things. I mean, we will talk more in a little bit, but first of all, we will have one more of your own songs. And what are we going to listen to now?
Yeah, so I think we should do a song called Muse.
Yeah? And what can you maybe just talk us through what it is a little bit about before we...
Yeah, Muse is a song that I think a lot of women can relate to. When you have, given your all to someone that you're in love with, and you're just you're ready to move on and find the power within. And then for this one, I wrote a lot of songs about this guy, so that's why it's called Muse.
Let's listen to it right now, and we'll be back in a moment where we are going to hear more about your time in LA and also when you came back to Denmark. A song from the artist we're having in the studio today. It's Emma Cairo. That was Muse, this song, Emma.
Yeah.
And what style, I was just thinking while we were listening to it, what style would you characterize this song as?
Well, I think it has a little bit of an Amy Winehouse vibe.
Yeah.
But it is from my album In East and West, which is an overall like pop rock album. But I think this one has a little bit more of that laid back vibe that Amy was so good at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm often thinking if she hadn't passed away, where would she have been today?
Yeah.
I mean, as a big artist. That
That would have been amazing to see.
Yeah.
And hear.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
It's so strange to think about the last things that was really about her was when she was in Strictly Come Dancing in England. That was one of her last performances she did. That's in the tabloids over there instead of remembering the last music she did. But
yeah.
But she was really great. She was really. Do you feel inspired by her music?
Yeah, I do. I really like her voice.
Yeah.
She's such a good jazz singer also, it's very inspiring.
Yeah, indeed. And also were you having that range of, shall we say, genres you've been around? Hasn't that been nice? I mean, thinking back now that you can go to so many genres?
Yeah, I like singing many genres, and I think that's also why, I've been able to have a singing career like that. And also you can hear it in my own music. It's very diverse, and I've released so many different genres, which, they say is a bad thing, because if you release one record that sounds like something and then people like it, and then you release something else, they're like disappointed maybe.
Yeah. What is this now?
Then you got to find a whole new following.
Yeah, but that's also always the bosses from the record companies. They're saying things like that.
Yeah.
Also of the radio. Play the same genre. I love to play all different styles of music on my shows. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah. But we were talking about just before, you had a lot of fun experiences in LA. You were just explaining me. I asked you actually about, had you been on radio interviews before? And you were saying you visited a local radio, and then you visited Playboy Radio. Rather interesting. Playboy Radio. I've only seen it was on something called, was it Sirius X or something?
Yes.
Thing you could listen to it on that satellite in the States, yeah?
Yes, that's right. I don't think it exists anymore.
No, I'm actually not sure. I once remember I Googled it and found something on the website, but how was that to be in there? That was a complete different. Tell us a little bit. It's good with the fun stories.
Yeah, it was an interesting experience. I think I just saw an ad for it. On Craigslist, and I just sent my stuff in, and then they were like, come in. Yeah. We can play your song, and then you can be part of this program where it's like a quiz. But the thing is, of course, Playboy Radio, they got to have a little kick to it, and that was that you had to take off a piece of clothing every time you didn't get an answer right.
Okay.
And so it was a game with another girl and then the radio host, and then we were like stripping, but not full on, but it was just kind of like a fun, weird, goofy thing.
Well, that's funny. I mean, it's fun to think back, and why not have a little fun like that? Yeah. And what was it? So just to know, was it filmed or what? Or was it just described on the radio, or how did it work?
It wasn't filmed. It was just described, and on the radio.
So did you describe, it's very interesting as a radio host myself to hear this, where you describe on the, both of you, the girls and the guy, what you were wearing or what? Or did they hear how it happened, or how did it go on?
I don't actually remember if they described it.
Because I mean, when it's radio, so you would sit here and say that it really was for real, because I mean, people, when it only was radio, one could just make it up. It was a real game.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, he probably said, oh, now this is coming off or something like that. I assume, but I actually don't remember it.
So how did it end? How far did it end? Or how much clothes did it all take off? Did you all?
I think, I mean, no one was down to their panties or anything like that. But I feel like maybe her boobs came out.
Okay. Yeah.
And my friend told me that she thinks she remembers that I flashed.
Okay. But you did.
I don't remember that myself. And I was like, really? Did I do that? And she was like, yeah, you flashed. But I don't remember it, so I feel like I should remember if I did that,
Yeah, but that's a funny, but it's a funny story, and it's very, shall we say, creative.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? And that's it's a funny way to do a radio, just to talk about, because I think it's a funny way to do a radio show like that.
Yeah, don't get any ideas, Robin.
Not now. That's good. But and you also said Playboy Mansion. Speaking of Playboy, you actually met Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, this was two different occasions.
Yeah, okay.
I went to the Playboy Mansion once because Well, I know a lot of people who have gone to the mansion.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people who've gone to parties there. But when I went there, it was because I had a friend who worked there with the animals in there.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
was an animal caretaker.
Yeah,
And so she was able to bring in guests, and
Okay.
so she took me on a tour. So I got to see the gardens and meet the monkeys and go into the grotto. And we also went into the guest house, which
Yeah.
was the most interesting thing because the entire flooring in there was a mattress.
Okay.
And the ceiling was mirrors.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Wow.
So
Okay,
you
so
can
it's really
imagine
special. Yeah.
what kind of activities had been going on in there.
Yeah.
And
Funny.
the time I met Hugh Hefner was really, I was just working as a waitress at an old Hollywood bar and restaurant called Bordner's.
Okay.
And he had an event there. So he was there with two of his girlfriends at the time, Kendra and Bridget, I think, from the TV show.
Okay.
And so I was just, tending to them. I remember he drank only Jack and Coke all night.
Oh, that's really interesting. Did you like have a chat with him, or was
No,
it like busy?
He actually didn't seem very outgoing. He was just very quiet and didn't seem particularly entertained. It was like he just had to be there or something.
Okay, yeah, one never, yeah.
Yeah, the youngest girlfriend seemed to be having a good time, but the eldest girlfriend, oldest girlfriend,
Yeah.
Bridget, I think her name was, she was also just drinking water and didn't seem like she wanted to be there either. But the youngest one was downing like vodka and having a blast.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. So that's one of your good, fun experiences in LA. When you're thinking back on LA, have you got other fun experiences from there that you like think back on and say, that was really great? That was standing out.
Yeah, there are many.
It's just to take a little, you know.
I guess one thing that was a big experience for me was when I worked as an extra on movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
I worked on Inception, and the scene I was in was an airport scene, and I was like standing next to Leonardo DiCaprio all day. And he, when I grew up, Titanic was huge. So
1998 or something, yeah?
Yeah, so I had like a huge crush on him, and I was so shy. I didn't I hardly looked at him all day.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh,
and
that's
then I also worked on a movie called Get Him to the Greek with Russell Brand.
Okay.
And that was really funny because we just got to be audience for him performing on stage.
Okay.
And then at one point they had to get close-ups of people laughing really hard, and so they picked like 8 people, and I was one of them. And then we just had Russell Brand stand in front of us and just make us laugh. Like that wasn't filmed. He wasn't filmed. He was just trying to crack jokes for us to laugh, and that was so we got like a private show.
That's interesting.
That was really funny.
Yeah. But then, Emma, speaking about you were coming back from LA, so that was 2021 or something like that?
22.
22,
Yeah.
Okay. How was it coming back to Denmark? After being there for so long, 14 years?
It was an adjustment, but I think because I also spent a year up in Northern California before I came back. And,
see, what was that maybe? Will you just tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that was a school in Eurythmy, which is a Rudolf Steiner movement art form. And it turned out to be a little bit more of a cult, in my opinion.
And you didn't know
than
that?
School.
When
No.
No?
So I was training there, Eurythmy, every day, and it was like living 100 years back in time for a year, because we were living in these small cabins, and we had to wear dresses, and we were not allowed to use cell phones or computers or anything like that on the property. And we had our own dairy cows and ducks and chickens for all this stuff. So it was, and we had our own garden. So it was a little bit like, going back in time for a year.
Why did you choose to go up there? What was
idea? It was just because my husband and I at the time had just decided to divorce. And so I was a little bit maybe lost, like where do I belong? And then a friend of mine had gone to the school, and she recommended going there. She took me there, and I just felt at home with the people. There were a couple of Norwegians and Dane as well. And so I just felt like, oh, this is like nice. They like music and dancing, and it's nature. There were horses I could ride on, and, all this stuff, biodynamic gardening, all the stuff that I was interested in. And also it was like a community you could be a part of while the rest of the world was kind of closed down. This was at the end of COVID a little bit. So I think it just it had an appeal to me. But then once I was there and the school started, I did not have the best experience because of the teacher decided that I was trouble, that I was full of erotic forces and sinful because I had played in Las Vegas and she didn't like rock music or jazz. She thought it was like the devil's music.
So that's why you said the cult a little bit.
So I was a little bit broken down when I came back to Denmark, and I just stayed with my mom for a while trying to find my way back to myself and to music. And
what did you do from there? I mean, getting into the music here, because it sounds like now you got a good grip on it, and you're out.
Well, at first I actually did a show with sang a duet with Sebastian, the Danish.
Sebastian?
Yeah,
that's a well-known. That's a well-known folk singer. In I'm doubting that people outside of Denmark will know him, but he's a very well-known singer in Denmark and has been here since the 70s with the guitar and stuff.
Yeah, and because I've always been a huge fan of his, and I've been part of his fan club, and I've written some an essay, you could say, for that website about my relationship with his music.
Yeah.
So because of that, I've met him a couple of times, and then he just reached out and asked if I wanted to sing Vaudevilians with him.
That's a well-known Danish.
Song of
Where
his.
did you do that? Was it like in around Denmark? You were singing it like once, or
just once. It was one of his shows. I think it was somewhere here on Sjælland.
Okay, wow,
north,
fantastic.
But I can't remember the exact town
But really interesting.
Yeah, so that got me a little bit more excited about music again.
I understand.
So I started writing more and reconnecting with my good friend DJ Severin, and then we also started working on our music again and doing music videos and stuff like that we had also been doing while I was in LA.
Then getting back to it, yeah?
Yeah.
And how was that starting up in the Danish music business again, after being out of Denmark and seeing all this in the States and performing in Asia and stuff?
Well, I feel like I didn't have that many contacts here.
Yeah.
So,
I was just about to say.
It was a little bit tricky. But at the same time, I am a good singer, so as soon as I just get out there and do my thing, then usually there are some opportunities and people that want to collaborate and work with you. For instance, my friend and sort of manager right now, Alan Taggle.
He's very around, he's doing a lot of good stuff.
So that's really nice. So people that just thought, you're too talented to just sit at home with your mom. You should get out on the stage. Get out on the stage and play some music.
But Emma, let's have one more song and then come back and have a little round off to it. But what shall we do now?
Yeah, let's play one song that I did with DJ Severin, which is his wonderful track and my melody and lyrics. And it's called Force.
Force. And what is it about?
So that is about dealing with my experience in the cult.
Going back to that. Okay,
yeah.
So let's have that right now, Force, and then we'll be back in just a second.
Yeah.
So like Emma, a co-production or a co-work with DJ Severin. He's a Danish gentleman who's been around for many years.
Yeah, very talented DJ and producer who's been here. And then I've known him since we were very young. But then we just started making music together in, I think, 2014.
Yeah.
And then we've been doing it like cross-Atlantic collaborations.
And now you're there together. It's a bit more easy.
Yeah.
To meet up and do the stuff.
Exactly.
And after this, you how many have you produced a lot with him, or?
No? I think we have about 8 songs or something like that. But I think only 5 released.
Yeah, okay. So there'll be more.
We have 2 more that are supposed to come out.
I'm just going to ask you, we were talking about your album before.
Yeah.
When did that come? Just to hear the different...
My album was in 2017.
So that was when you were in LA?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my first release was in 2014 or 13 maybe, I think, which was an EP called Southern Songs from the North.
Excellent. So when you came with that album in 2017, how much did it get some PR, some stuff around LA or around the States or mainly in Europe, or how did it work?
Well, LA Music Critic wrote a great review of it, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't feel like it got a lot of attention.
No? Okay.
But I was very happy that I made it, and I'm very proud of that album. And I know a lot of people that really like it.
Yeah, for sure.
But it would be nice if more people would like it and listen to it.
Indeed. So, Emma, how is it now talking about your stuff? Now you work with DJ Severin. You got other things. You also got some other shows right now, or what is going on?
Yeah, I started a project last year, and it's a band called the Vaudevilians.
Yeah.
And what we do is we play music that people probably know, like evergreens and some classics from the 60s and stuff like that are a little more jazzy, a little more sexy. And then we have professional burlesque dancers performing while we are performing, and then they do their thing with us.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so it's like a full-on show.
Oh, so it's like a whole stage show. And how many are you on stage? In the band?
In the band, we are 6.
6 people?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's you as the singer?
Yeah.
And then 5 people playing
instruments? Yeah, and then my guitarist, he's also a singer, so he will also do a song here and there.
Okay.
And he's a great performer as well. He's Jon Fredriksson.
Yeah.
He's from Göteborg.
No, okay, Sweden.
From Sweden, yeah. And he has a long history of busking in Göteborg, so a lot of people there know him.
Seen him on the streets.
Yeah, so he's a great performer. And then my pianist, Johan Ström, who is the band leader and kind of pulled these musicians together when I approached him about this project.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, it's very cool.
So how is it with the burlesque dances? What is it precisely for? What do they do? Like they dance and they wear some costumes, or how does it look? Maybe describe a little bit about the show.
Yeah, they dance and they wear very nice costumes that kind of look like they just stepped out of a Las Vegas show in in the 40s or something like that. So they will wear feathers and corsets and things like that. And then, sometimes they strip down a little bit. And we also have one lady called Dopamine Dolly, who's a seasoned burlesque performer. And she is very good at rotating her breasts.
Okay, that's funny.
Yeah, so like when we did our last performance, there was a lady that came up to her and asked if she actually teaches this boob swinging, and she said yes.
That's really funny. That's really fun. So she uses her muscles in her chest.
I don't know how she does it, but it's very impressive.
Oh, wow. Is she Danish?
She is, yeah.
Okay, that's really interesting. That's a funny story. So that gives some. So she stands there and she has like this trick where she shows people that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really funny. That's interesting. That's a really fun thing to take. And you've been around a couple of times with this show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have. We started up in the end of last year, and we've already had a few shows under our belt, and we're also performing at the Jazz Festival this summer.
Yeah.
July 4th at Metronomen in Frederiksberg.
Yeah. Okay.
We're performing there, and then we also have a festival in on August 8th, Omnia Festival in Nordhavn, Copenhagen.
Yeah. So that's a couple of chances to see you around.
And I think also there will be more coming before that. We're working on booking stuff. Yeah.
And people can keep an eye on the Facebook and stuff, or what? You have a Facebook?
For this project right now, we just have an Instagram called the Vaudevilians.
Okay, people can go there.
And it's it comes from vaudeville, which is genre that was popular back in the day, and and it incorporates cabaret and burlesque dancing and singing, and it can be all kinds of things.
Wonderful.
So it's a little bit of a wild experience, like you're in a jazz club, maybe 80, 100 years ago or something like that.
Interesting.
That's the vibe we want to bring to people, that they feel like they're actually there, part of an old-timey show. Yeah.
Have you got that is those gigs then you got with DJ Severin. Is there other important things we shall just end up with saying that will come for you in the future, in the coming here in the year? Just so we don't miss anything.
I think those two.
Well, that's also quite big.
We have on the.
I just wanted to
books.
be sure.
Yeah, and then I think more will come. We are talking to different venues. So there will be more. Yeah, wonderful. And I think I will make a Facebook page as well, and then you can always keep an eye on my Facebook page or my website, emmacairo.com.
Excellent.
And then I will update there as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's end off with a song. What shall we do for the end?
Yeah, let's do I'm a Player Too, which is the song that is actually the song that was played on Playboy Radio.
Okay. So let's have that one. And I'm a Player Too. Is it just like a party song, having a good time, or? It
is from my first EP, which is kind of a country folk EP. So it's a country rock anthem, I would say, about... you're a little bit angry with a guy that you find out he was a player, and then you're trying to get back at him by saying you're also a player.
Let's have that right now. I'm a Player Too. And Emma, thank you very much for coming to the studio.
Thank you so much, Robin, for having me.
All the best of luck with your future projects.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much. And let's finish off with this one. Bjorn Jeppesen has been taking care of the buttons. My name is Robin Cox, and thank you very much for our guest today, Emma Cairo.